Welcome to the lesson on rounding decimals. Today you're going to learn how to work with decimal places. So straight into an example. I want to round 6.348 to one decimal place. That means I need to write down the number 6.348, but with only one number after the decimal point. This part, 6.3, but then I need to check whether this number affects the 3. If this number is 5 or more, so anything from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the 3 becomes a 4. It goes up by 1. However, 4 is not bigger than 5, or is not 5, therefore it remains as 6.3 is correct. This example, however, one decimal place, so I want first number after the decimal point. I write down 9.2, but then I check if the 7 affects the 2. This time 7 is above 5, therefore the 2 is crossed out and it becomes 3. It goes up by 1. So my final answer is 9.3 and not 9.2 because the 7 has moved the 2 up. So let's try another one. This time it says 2 decimal places. So I need to write my number with 2 numbers after the decimal point. So I'm going to write down 4.72. Now I'm going to check, does the 5, the next number, affect my 2? 5 is 5 or more, therefore my 2 is crossed out and goes up by 1. So it becomes 4.73 is my answer. Another example, this time 3 decimal places. I want 3 numbers after my decimal point. So that's 1, 2, 3 numbers after my decimal point. So I'm going to write down 13.682. Check if the following number affects 3 is not bigger or equal to 5. So my 2 stays the same. That is my correct answer, 13.682. Right, did you understand it? Have a go at these questions. This is the value of pi. As you can see, it goes on forever, and this is the purpose of decimal places. It would be pointless to write down this number in total every time, and therefore usually mathematicians write it to 3 decimal places or 2 decimal places. Pause the video, have a go at these questions. So let's have a look. 1 decimal place. I want 1 number after my decimal point. Does the 4 affect the 1? It does not, so it's 3.1. 2 decimal places. I want 2 numbers and checking the third one. Does the 1 affect the 4? It does not. 3.14. 3 decimal places. I want the first 3 numbers and then check the 5. Does the 5 affect the 1? It's 5 or more, therefore it does. It now becomes 3.142. The 1 is rounded up to 2 because of the 5. And 7 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Checking the next number. Does the 5 affect the 6? Yes, it does. My answer is 3.141592.7, not 6, because the 5 has rounded it up. Now you've done some of the basic ones, we're going to look at some of the more confusing questions. So for 32.497, to 1 decimal place, we look at the first number after the decimal point and we see if the 9 affects the 4. It does, so my answer is 32.5. No problems there so far, it's the same as a standard type of question. But for 2 decimal places, I'm looking at 4 and 9. I'm seeing if the 7 affects the 9. It does. That turns the 9 into 10. Now my answer can't be 32.410. What actually happens is that 10 rounds this 4 up to a 5. So my answer is still 32.5. And what's confusing about it is that it's not 2 decimal places, but that is the correct answer, 32.5. Let's have a look at another question then. 8.9995 to 1 decimal place. So 1 number after decimal point. Does the 9 affect it? Yes, it does. Makes it into a 10. The 10s makes the 8 go up. So actually my answer to 1 decimal place is 9. How about 2 decimal places then? First two numbers, does this 9 affect this 9? It does, it makes it into a 10. That 10 now makes this 9 into a 10. That 10 makes the 8 into a 9. So my answer to 2 decimal places is 9. Does sound confusing. 3 decimal places, first 3 numbers. The 5 does round this 9 up to 10, which rounds this 9 up to 10, this 9 up to 10, and eventually the 8 turns to 9. My answer is 9. Okay, let's see if you understand it. Have a go at the third one, 17.398 to 2 decimal places. And here's the answer. 2 decimal places, the 8 affects the 9, makes it into 10. My final answer is 17.4. So, this is everything you need to know. Have a go at the exercise.